Give that a try. Well, I was just thinking, quiet afternoon on a Monday. A lot of people ask me, why I'm getting out of it or whatever, or what happened. And, I've been doing this for like 38 years almost. And it's time for a change, you know? I got to do something completely different. I'm kind of completely burnt out. Literally burnt out about the whole thing. I still like the fish business, but I wouldn't say the business, but I still like the fish. But, I've taken care of fish for so long, and I've trying to please everybody and raise the kids. I got my 3 kids out of the house. They've been out for about a year and a half, 2 years now. So it's pretty much, I'm here, but it's not the same, And then I got this land and the house, and it's a big house, a big empty house, and then I got all this stuff to do, and I just don't have the motivation and the interest in the fish anymore. Just completely done. It's not the hurricane. Yeah, we had hurricanes, and I've had hurricanes before, and it's not that. It's just I'm kind of tired of everything. I'm tired of getting up in the morning, feeding the fish, worried about the fish. I haven't had a vacation in decades. Yeah, weekend off and stuff like that, but you're always worried about the fish. You always make sure they're warm and hot or cold or something. And then it's the breeding. The breeding is just it's a never-ending job. You always you keep working hard, and the reward's not there anymore. I mean, I had some good years, but I would say the last 3 years, even 4 years, the sales are not there. I put a lot of money in, all this advertisement, trying to redo the website, and trying to do Google ads and spend thousands of dollars, and just it wasn't there, And then I don't have the cash flow to pay people a lot of money, so I can't improve on doing YouTubes and Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and I do a little bit of it, but it's for as long as I've done it, I only have very few subscribers, so it's not even worth it. It doesn't generate cash. It doesn't generate traffic on the site. Most people will buy the stuff, one-stop shopping somewhere else. I tried to do a little bit of that with the plants, and trying to do different things, but after a while, the production, bottom line is, to do tropical fish or to do any kind of aquaculture in the U.S. is almost like impossible. The cost of land is too expensive, transportation is too expensive, labor is too expensive, everything's too expensive. So, and you're trying to produce a fish that, where the price has not changed in a very, very long time, so it's still cheap, very affordable. People ask me, I should do rare, expensive stuff. I've done that. You just don't sell a lot of it. You get a niche market, you don't sell a lot of it. So I try to be in between, but I'm not big enough to produce fish for the chain stores. I'm not even close. People don't understand the numbers. If you want to sell to those chain stores, you need a freaking country. You need massive amounts of ponds and land. These chain stores, they take hundreds of thousands of neons a week. The neons, so, and then you got swordtails and gouramis and barbs and tetras, and I can't produce fish for 10 cents or 5 to 10 and 15 cents. I just don't have the labor, or the space. So it's kind of like trying to get going, and I tried to do the catfish and petricolas and multis, and I did a lot of Tanganyikans, and I've done a lot of different things, but as a producer, the money's not here anymore. The money for the tropical industry is in the distributors now. They can buy things from all over the world, hold it for a day or less, and resell it. They don't have to sit there and grow the thing and sit on it for 3 to 4 months, build that brood stock, take care of brood stock. When I was breeding petricolas and multis, I had 900 breeders. I have a lot of breeders, because I'm doing hybrids. I've got 500 multipunctatus and 100 or so petricolas, and breeders. Stuff you grow for 5 to 10 years. And you have to maintain them and take care of them, and then the sales are not there. Everybody's like, oh yeah, we'll buy everything you got, and at the end you produce 10,000 fish in a sitting, and it takes you 2 years to get rid of them, because nobody wants them. And you're sitting there like, I can produce a couple of 100,000 a year, easy, but why? So, yeah, it's just time for something else. Like, I don't want to deal with websites. I'm tired of replacing orders. I'm tired of, spending a lot of time on the phone for a little bit of money, taking care of internet sales. I'll keep doing the internet, for a little while, but it's kind of like the passion's done. I'm pretty much done. People want me to do consulting, but there's no money in consulting. Nobody wants to be consulted for tropical fish. Most of the tropical fish industry is not even here. It's overseas, And so, you go to Asia or something like that. But, consulting's not even the way to go. I still don't even want to deal with it. I'd rather do something completely different. That's the ticket. In order for me to do that, I have to clean the slate, get rid of everything. Everything goes. I've already got rid of most of the catfish. Just gave them away or sold them or whatever I could get to. And then all the fish are gone. There's a bit of shrimp left. I've got a bunch of fish left in the building. Some Tanganikans and shell dwellers and Bachardies and daffodils and what do I got up there? I got some cichlids, leftover angels, because I lost a lot of fish over the hurricanes. A lot of the angels didn't make it. So it's time to move on to something else, because look, I'm not getting any younger. I'm 59. I'm going to be 60 next year. I hope by 60 I'm out of here. I sell the property, but I got to clean it up. I've got broken branches everywhere. I've got, beat up buildings. So it's going to take me 6 months to clean this up, and I'm by myself. I don't have the cash to pay anybody to do this. So every day I do a little bit, sell some stuff, and then I do a lot of, right now I'm trying to get into do a lot of that, do the handyman work, so pays the bills, So there's plenty of people need help from everything, because I've been on the farm for 30 something years. There's nothing I can't fix or do. So that's the deal, and whatever happens after that, but I'm definitely not going to stay here. It's too much work to take care of the land. I don't have time to cut the grass. I got a swimming pool I don't have time to take care of. I need a lot of money to run the place. My taxes go up every year. It's just too much. It was good. Kids did well with the kids. The kids don't want it. The kids are not interested in the farm. They're not interested in the land. They've got their own thing going. And so my two boys and my daughter, they've got their own path to fill, and house is not part of the plan, which is fine. I got to do something else myself. So the goal is to try and sell this place probably next year, when the interest rates start going way down. By June, probably list this place and see what I get. And then, because basically I didn't save any money in the fish business, right? There's no money in saving the fish. It's basically the money I made, we got reinvested in the land or whatever, and helped the kids to college or whatever it did, and get their kids going. But other than that, the fish business didn't make me save any money. It was basically a money pit for a long time. It made money. Last 3 years it didn't, kind of survived. And just my motivation wasn't there. The sales weren't there. The respect, nobody really cared. Nobody cared that I produce fish or not. A lot of the big distributors, they'd rather just buy the stuff from somewhere else, high numbers, low cost, and I don't have that here. I'm in Sarasota. It's expensive, and cost of living's expensive. Workers are expensive. Everything's expensive. So, it's time to do something else. So, but in order for me to do that, it's time to I gotta get rid of the fish first, the tanks and all that. That'll go, and then after that, it'll be a lot of runs to the county dump, because there's a lot of stuff they won't take. People are not going to take a lot of the racks, or they're not going to take old stuff. They'll take some of the tanks. A lot of the tanks are old. I've had these tanks for 10, 20 years. They're still good, but they're not made for living room. They're not made to be in a house, or they're good for breeding or growing something or reptiles or something like that. But the stuff that's probably good for aquaculture still, some stuff, but nobody's going to buy all of that. It's going to slowly trickle out. So I do what I can, and right now is to get rid of the fish. Still do some orders. I'll still buy a little bit of stuff here and there from all my friends and breeders, and then I'll still ship some stuff all over, and then to get a little bit of cash flow going, So that's what I'm going to do. So I just wanted to set that up. A lot of people didn't know what I was trying to do, and it's a reset. Time to do something else. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm going to do something else. But I'm not staying here, And it's not the hurricane. It's not the the politics. It's just I want to do something else, right? It's just I've done so much fish. I'm just like not inspired by it. It's nothing that interests me right now, and I did like it for a while, but it's just too much now. I got other interests somewhere else. So, anyways, other than that, I got to go and pull some tanks out and do some pressure washing, and trying to get going again. So, thanks.